Okay, guys, so first thing we're going to do is we've got to figure out which position means which season. Are y'all good with that? I recommend that you find the North Pole. On this diagram, it's fairly easy because the axis is marked north and south. And you need to probably start off with which position represents the first day of summer in the Northern Hemisphere. First day of summer in the Northern Hemisphere is going to have the Northern Hemisphere tipped toward the sun. Got it? So which position is that going to be? C. First day summer. And I put NH for Northern Hemisphere. If it's the first day of summer for the Northern Hemisphere, what does that mean for the Southern Hemisphere? First day of winter. Now, everything orbits the sun in a counterclockwise manner. So I go from position C, and the next position I have is position D. So position D, first of all, some people might be like, oh my gosh, there's no day and night. No, where's the nighttime side? It's like, well, where's the nighttime side for position D? It's like on the back, you can't see it. Okay. Because of the way the diagram is. But position D is going to be your first day of what for the Northern Hemisphere? If C was the first day of summer, what comes after summer? Fall. Some of y'all need to know your order of seasons. It's kind of scary. Okay, if it's the first day of fall for the Northern Hemisphere, for the Southern Hemisphere, it's going to be what? First day of spring. Okay. All right. 3 months later, we're at position A. Notice that the Northern Hemisphere is now the one tilted away. So position A for the Northern Hemisphere is going to be the first day of what? Yep. Winter. Northern Hemisphere. Position A is going to be your first day of what for the Southern Hemisphere?
Summer.
Yeah. Okay, because they're always doing the opposite. And then position B, for the Northern Hemisphere, that's going to be your first day of spring. And your first day of fall for the Southern Hemisphere. Is everybody good to go? Mostly? Okay. All right, so now that we've got this labeled, let's start figuring out what's what. The longest day of the year in the Northern Hemisphere. Guys, when do we have our longest day of the year? First day of summer. So the longest day of the year is the first day of summer. Yes, it does occur in June. It's the June solstice. So first day of summer in the Northern Hemisphere is the longest day of the year. Go up to your diagram. Where's the first day of summer? That's position C. All right. Spring, the season. All right, first you need to find the first day of spring for the Southern Hemisphere. Which position is the first day of spring? It's position D. Okay, position D is the first day of spring, but I want the season. So the season is this entire area from position D to A. Because doesn't spring last 3 months? It lasts 1/4 of the orbit. So we're going to put F. Do y'all see that? Does that make sense to everybody? Okay. Oh, I probably should have asked this one first. What is the first day of spring for the Southern Hemisphere? It was D. Okay. First day of winter in the Northern Hemisphere. Yes, it's position A. Do you see how easy this is if we first take the time to label the diagram? Okay, because if we label the diagram, we've done all the hard work. All right, next we're looking for the season of winter in the southern hemisphere. Okay, so we need to find the first day of winter first. Where's the first day of winter for the southern hemisphere? Right, which is position what? Okay, so position C is our first day of winter in the southern hemisphere. So what marks the season of winter? E. All right. An equinox. What two positions mark your equinoxes? Your equinoxes are when you have equal day and night. That happens on the first day of fall and the first day of spring. So which ones? D and B. All right. What positions mark a solstice? Your solstices are your first day of summer and your first day of winter. They are your longest and shortest days of the year. A and C. Okay. Season of summer in the northern hemisphere. Okay, so what do we need to find first? Season of summer. Let's start with the first day of summer in the northern hemisphere. So what's the season of summer going to be? This whole area in here, it's E. It's going to be E. Okay. Okay, and I just said this a minute ago. Sorry that I'm wiggling the paper so much. Which days do we have 12 hours of daylight? Like we have equal day and night? At the equinoxes. So what two positions? D and B. All right. Season of fall in the southern hemisphere. What do we need to find first? Let's find the first day of fall. Okay, which is B. So the season of fall is this whole area, and it's labeled H. Y'all see that? Come on, move up. There we go. Season of fall, H. Do y'all see how important it is to just go ahead and label everything? Because once you do that, that's your main work. All right, then we have 3 questions that don't really pertain specifically to the diagram. What is the main reason we have seasons? Tilt of the earth on its axis. How many degrees is Earth tilted on its axis? 23.5 degrees. Does distance from the sun cause the seasons? No. Exclamation point, exclamation point, exclamation point. What causes the seasons? The tilt of Earth on its axis. Everybody got it? Okay.